Well, hello and good evening, everyone. And this is the latest S-61R of the Malagasy What If Armed Forces. Um, I did say the other day that this Marine one would be the current one. But instead, what I've done is I've decided to say that this Marine AH1W and this S-61R will be the final Marine line of helicopters, because of course I merged the Marines into the Army and the Navy, and this would have served in Afghanistan between 2005 and 2020. The earliest part of the campaign would have been done by the green ones, and I've already covered this helicopter. All I've done is added a Marine decal on there. And I've done something a bit different with the rotor blades. I've just added this little cutout bit here so it fits in there, and then I can store it a lot more easily and tuck it away into a box for safe storage. So I'll just rest that on there for a minute. It's a little bit wobbly. I normally blue tack them in. But anyway, there we go. So that's how it stores. And this AH1W Cobra that I've done here in the grey scheme would be the last of the AH1Ws before they went to the new style of exhaust suppression, which would be the one which looks like the AH1Z, the sort of flared out one, the same as the Y, the Venom. So this is a Afghanistan Cobra, again 2005 to 2020. 2020 they went to the flared out ones, but that was really when the Marines were being absorbed then into the Army to create naval infantry on the advice of Bad Lieutenant. And this one is an earlier one, so this would be from the 1995 period. And there's the MagTAF just going through some stuff. So anyway, this S-61R, I think I've built 6 of these. I may have built 7. I've got one more to do. This is an Aurora kit, which is from 1975. So this one is the Revell with the Revell Seeking filters. And this one I just started playing around with. And it came out like this. So I wanted more power. So this one has 2,000 horsepower, shaft horsepower engines, but I wanted more power. And then I looked at the engines that are available and settled on the Maklika, whatever it is, from the EC725, which is a 2,400, I've made it 2,500 shaft horsepower engine. So we've got 2 of those in there. We've got these large infrared suppression system exhausts which feed cold air in here and then blend the cold air and take it into the rotor stream. Now this one here for Afghanistan use, it needed upgraded rotor blades to put more power down, and it's got the 6 rotor tail on this. This has got the 6 rotor tail, but I decided to experiment a bit more with the blades to make them like the Carson blades, and they've got a slightly different shaping to them and sort of trim tab things which I've added, giving it a bit of a top weather on the top, nothing too major. Added this part here out of plasticard for the gearbox cooler, and adding an extra intake for the gearbox cooler because it's going to be having a lot more power going through it and it needs to cool that, and again make sure that that heat signature is suppressed. It's got the same DI-RCM fit but different configuration of chaff and flare launchers, and underneath the Aurora kit comes with this nice sort of winch thing. I don't know what it is, rescue hoist or something like that. The Aurora detail is actually really nice underneath. It's got the details for the little bits there. I've added some chaff and flares, got the refueling probe, got nice tanks, and it does come with a winch, which is good. I don't think the Revell one did, so I had to use one from the spares box. I like it when helicopters have winches. And I've added a UH1Y or AH1Z Viper forward-looking infrared electro-optical turret on the front there from the spares box. 50 cals here. This one swings out of the way so you can open the door. This one is mounted on the outside there, and I did the rear ramp shut on the Aurora one because yeah, I had to bend the parts a little bit more to get them to fit. Now the Aurora one doesn't come with all of that rivet detail that the Revell one does have, but in a way the Revell one is kind of quite rivety, so some people like the rivety look and some people don't like the rivety look. I guess it depends really what you want from the helicopter model. The Revell kit came out in 1969. I don't believe it's been reissued, and the plastic on mine is really brittle, like totally brittle. The Aurora one from 75, the plastic is actually fine. So there is a difference in the kind of the grade of plastic that was used. Both of these helicopters I use kind of in what I've called the MERT role, medical evacuation response team role. And the idea is that this one will be taking the reins for the army and the MAGTFs. It can be used for general transport. It's certainly a good type. Longer range than the CH-46 with the in-flight refueling and the fuel tanks. It can pop the fuel tanks off should it need to, but it wouldn't really generally do that. And this one, because of use in the hot of high of Afghanistan, this hadn't got the fuel tanks fitted. Less power, more power, it can carry the fuel tanks, the in-flight refueling and everything it needs. And for the MERT roll, I got hold of a little quad from Air Graphics Models. So this is the big advantage that helicopters like the CH-46, CH-53, Chinook and the S-61R have over the Pumas, and helicopters that don't have rear ramps, is that they can have a quad tucked away at the back. The quad can come out, do various jobs. They can have a force protection unit, and then the medics up the front, and then the door gunners. So it's quite a capable helicopter, and having the in-flight refueling means the range is really good. So it's a good little complement to the XC142 series, and these may replace things like the UH1Ys on the ships, on the LHAs, to do the kind of the lighter work, and then that frees up those helicopters, become, if you like, the scouts, the ultralights, and such as you need it. So maybe 3 per LHA. Good medivac helicopter, very capable flying in night, bad weather, in flight refueling. Certainly an asset to have with the XC142s, and a separation there between the CH-46, most of my Super Pumas, and the UH1Y with the refueling probe. I hope you like it. I've added various other details, electronic countermeasures, chaff and flares, wire cutters, you know, all the normal gubbins that you need on a helicopter. I've added an antenna farm here, which builds on the one on this one. So I've got like SATCOM and all of that kind of stuff that you need. Starlink, who knows? There you go. Take care. Goodbye.